who actually needs a machine like the Miller Multimatic 215 Pro, and who should just walk away. If you're a weekend DIYer who only welds once a month or a hobbyist who's still learning, dropping this much cash on a welder that can do MIG, TIG, and stick might feel like overkill. On the other hand, if you're running a small fabrication shop or upgrading from a basic 110-volt unit because your projects keep pushing the limits, this could be the last welder you ever buy. The link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. The biggest hesitation most buyers have isn't whether it works, it's whether it's the right tool for the jobs they actually do. If you're mostly welding thin sheet metal or doing light repair work, a simpler 110-volt MIG like the Hobart Handler 140 might be all you need. But if you've ever struggled with inconsistent arcs on thicker material or wished you could TIG weld aluminum without switching machines, the Multimatic 215 Pro starts to look like a smart long-term play. It runs on both 120V and 240V, so you're not locked into a single outlet setup, and the Auto-Set feature means you're not guessing through every adjustment. That alone saves a ton of frustration when you're trying to finish a project before the weekend ends. Where this machine really shines is in mixed material jobs. If you're building a trailer frame one day and then repairing a stainless exhaust the next, swapping between MIG, TIG, and stick without changing machines is a game changer. The program memory is clutch for repeat jobs. Set your parameters once, and you're not dialing it back in every time. And if you've ever burned through a spool trying to dial in the perfect pulse on aluminum, the pulsed MIG mode actually makes a noticeable difference in bead appearance and heat control. It's not magic, but it's close enough that you'll notice the difference compared to a basic MIG setup. Now, the trade-offs. This isn't a lightweight unit. At 56 pounds, it's not something you're hauling up and down stairs every weekend. If you're tight on space or only weld occasionally, the size and weight might feel like overkill. And while the Auto-Set and BeadVision features are helpful, they're not a substitute for understanding the basics. If you don't know what amperage you should be running for a given material thickness, the machine will give you a starting point, but you still need to know how to adjust from there. That's not a flaw, it's just reality. The machine won't think for you, but it will make the learning curve a lot less painful. Another thing to consider is the cost. This isn't a budget welder, and if you're only doing light-duty work, you might never use the full range of features. But if you're serious about welding, the upfront investment can save you money in the long run. Instead of buying a separate TIG machine or upgrading outlets later, you're getting a single unit that handles most common welding tasks. That's where the value really comes from, not in the specs, but in the flexibility. So, who should buy it? If you're a DIYer tackling projects like bike frames, automotive repairs, or small fabrication work, this welder gives you the versatility to handle it all without needing a second machine. If you're a small shop owner who's tired of switching between units or dealing with inconsistent results, the Multimatic 215 Pro is worth the price. And if you're just starting out and want a welder that will grow with you, this is a solid choice. Just be prepared to invest some time in learning the features. Who should skip it? If you're only doing basic MIG on thin material and don't plan to expand, a simpler, cheaper machine will do the job just fine. If you're not comfortable with the weight or don't have the space to store it, this isn't the welder for you. And if you're expecting a plug-and-play solution that requires zero setup or adjustment, you'll be disappointed. This machine is powerful, but it's not a magic box. Bottom line, the Miller Multimatic 215 Pro is a workhorse for anyone who needs a single machine to handle MIG, TIG, and stick welding without compromise. It's not cheap and it's not small, but if you're serious about welding, it's one of the best all-in-one options out there. Check it out on Amazon using the link in the description.